Yang prabrajantamanopetamapetakrtyam Vaipayano virahaka tarya juhava Putreti tanmaytaya karabodhini Sarvabhuta hridayam munimam Tavaivasmi najivam Iti vignaya radhe tamnayama. My humble obeisances in the lotus feet of men. Paramaradhatam Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnu Pai. Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami. And my Shiksha Guru, Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnu Pai. Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Perhaps you know the glories of the Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, my Shiksha Guru. He was sent by his Prabhu, like our Guru Parampara, to preach the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the line of Sri Rupa Goswami. And that is why in his pranam mantra, what? Gauravani. What? After that, Gauravani Prasad, cutting by a Janta. Now every West Punyavadis are coming, Bauddha, in whole world. Bhakta are very rare, very rare. So many problems are. In this guise of devotees, for Mayavadi, Sunyavadi, Sakhi, Sheki, so are there. What is the meaning of Gaur Bani Pracharine? I anywhere told. Oh, what I told? Good remembrance. Remember. ऐसे पलेगा शोभित की कागज जाती वो पॉइंट मिली Tell this.
Om Agyan Simarandasya Gyananjanasalakaya Chaksurangalikham Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Srila Gurudev has ordered me to speak a few words on the meaning of our Gurudev Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. Namaste Gauravani. What is the meaning of Gauravani? On several occasions, Srila Gurudev has given the hidden meanings of this pranam mantra. One meaning is stated in the prayer of Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, who says, Araja Bhagavan Prajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam. In this verse, he says that our most worshipable deity is Brajendranandan Sri Krishna, and his Dham, Vrindavan Dham, is equally worshipable. There's no Maya in Goloka Vrindavan. And out of all forms of worship, the worship manufactured by the gopis is the topmost. And the evidence of this, the spotless evidence of this, is Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also the evidence that prem is the highest goal of life. Braja prem is the highest goal of life. Where do we get this information? Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says, these are the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur concludes by saying, I am not interested in anyone else's opinion. So this is Gauravani, this Braj Prem, teaching Braj Prem and how to achieve it. Anarpita Chirim Charat Kurunayavatirnam Kalo, Samarpaitam Unad Ojalarasam Svabhakti Sriyam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came only to give Braj Prem, and a special kind of Braj Prem, what no other incarnation or acharya gave for a very, very long time. A Chirim Charat. How long? Since the previous day of Brahma, so many hundreds of trillions of years before, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came himself last time, in the last day of Brahma. Since then, no one else gave it except his followers, his personal followers. And that is the brilliant love of the service of Srimati Radhika. He came to taste his own bhakti's love. His own bhakti is Srimati Radhika. So Krishna's own bhakti is the love of Bhakti Devi herself, the origin of Bhakti Devi herself, Srimati Radhika. Krishna came here to taste her love and to give the service of that love as a Palyadasi of Srimati Radhika. So this is also Gauravani. This is the statement of Srila Rupa Goswami. Gauravani is also what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught in various chapters of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Guru Varam. Raghunath Das Goswami ordered his mind that, please, O mind, meditate on the son of Sachi, Gaur Hari, Sachinandan Gaur Hari, as none different from the son of Nanda Maharaj, and who has come as the greatest Guru, Guru Varam. And he came as Guru and taught Sri Sanatana Goswami, he taught Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he taught Srila Rupa Goswami, he taught Rai Ramananda in a backwards conversation where he put his own words in Rai Ramananda, who in turn taught him. So all these most important chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita are all Gauravani. And an essence of Gauravani is found in Sri Shikshastakam, which Srila Gurudev explained is even higher than Srimad Bhagavatam. The essence, which is Nam, that is, one becomes free from all anarthas, and in Bhava Bhakti, Bhavena Sankirtan, Sarva Bhavena Kirtan. And in the mood of Bhav, transcendental emotions, he engages in the chanting of the holy names, which Srila Rupa Goswami further defined as thinking of the pastimes of the Lord in Braj that go with those particular names, and thinking of the associates of the Lord who are oceans of the mood for which I aspire, in this case in the line of Mahaprabhu as Manjaris of Srimati Radhika, and in such meditation chanting the holy name of the Lord. This is Gauravani.
Very good. So, this is real government. Especially Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his own mouth in prayer, he taught everything. And Mahaprabhu told that this bhakti rush, more than endless, deepless, boundaryless, like an ocean. I am giving you only one drop. And this one drop will drown the whole world. So powerful. And then he taught Shantaras, Dasharas, Vatsalyaras, Bhakuras, everything. which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inspired in Ramananda. And Mahaprabhu
Reply. Ask
is
question.
asking question. And Ramananda is answering. But who is answering? Who is doing question himself? And he is doing answer also. So all these are same. The love, highest love and affection of Krishna. That is in Radhika. So this is the highest. For this, to preach this mission. But today, everywhere. But it is rare. In the end of his life, he became hopeless. Oh, I collected so many everywhere. By moment of Nam Sankirtan, a revelation came. But among all, I am not seeing that thing that I wanted to do. Can you help? He requested. Oh, I don't know all these things, but if you will inspire, my Guru, they will inspire. Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, then I can preach. So, to remind you all, to tell you all, like Lokik Sadbandhu was, bosom friend, I want to tell. This is the aim and object of our life. You should try to understand. And if you will have a very small particle of this greed or love, then your life will be successful. And you cannot division. Never and never. So try to understand all these things and try to first remove your all kinds of unwanted things. Thus, John, remember, hear Harikatha. Prominence of all is hearing Harikatha from superiors and to follow and to give up all unwanted things, the worldly desire. So, you should hear all these things very carefully. And don't forget, but remember, note down in your heart. Now we are coming to our subject, what we left in vision. What we left there, up to what? Why you should prefer Ambarish Maharaj than Prahlad Maharaj? Though Prahlad is Siddha Bhakta and Param Mahabhagavad and Ambarish Maharaj is a sadhaka. Even why we want to follow Ambarish Maharaj? Or things to be there. Why?
Om Adhyanathimiranthasya Jnananjanashavakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So in Badger, Srila Gurudev guided us through the different levels of bhaktas, beginning with Dhruva Maharaj, who is a Sakam Bhakta, who has some material motive involved with his bhakti. And then after Dhruva Maharaj comes Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj is actually a Jnani Bhakta. He is perfected soul. He is Siddha. He is not in the level of sadhaka or practitioner of bhakti, but he has attained perfection, Siddhi. So Prahlad Maharaj, his bhakti is called Jnani Bhakta because he has complete knowledge of Krishna's opulence. And his bhakti is very much influenced by that. But Prahlad Maharaj, in that mood, he cannot conceive of his Ishtadev, his worshipable Lord, as being a personality who requires his personal services, that he should tend to his personal needs, because he understands that Bhagavan is the supreme absolute personality, eternal, transcendental. He never feels any kind of hunger, any kind of thirst. He never dies. He is all-pervading, everywhere. He has this complete knowledge of the Aishwarya, the opulence of the Supreme Lord. So in that mood, he does not feel impelled to render different services to the lotus feet of his Ishtadev, active services with his body. But he thinks of him, he meditates upon him, and he prays to him and serves him in this way. But according to the description given by Srila Sanatana Goswami Pad in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which is the subject matter that we're studying, above the Jnani Bhakta, Prahlad Maharaj, is the category called Shuddha Bhakta, pure Bhakta, unmixed, pure, and that is Maharaj Ambarish. So in Badger, we heard Srimati Shamarani Didi tell the narration of the Leela of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, and how Ambarish Maharaj was serving Krishna and how he was performing the Ekadasi Vrat. So in the description of Ambarish Maharaj, it is telling that Savaimana Krishna Padara Vindayor, Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunani Varanane, Karer Harer Mandira Marjanadishu. So, Shrutim Chakara Satkatodaye. Here, in 3 shlokas, Srimad Bhagavatam is telling that Ambarish Maharaj, he completely absorbed his mind in Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vidyayor. So his Ishtadev, his worshipable deity is Krishna. Just as we were hearing, what is the Gauravani? Gauravani is that we should worship only Krishna in Braj, as the son of Maharaj Nanda and Mother Yashoda. That is the most worshipable Aradhya Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, who is highest worshipable object. So, Ambarish Maharaj actually was pure devotee of Krishna. He was constantly absorbed in him, and his kingdom was there in Braj Mandala, and the capital being Mathura. So, he was serving Krishna in his palace, in the temple that he had in his palace, and constantly absorbing his mind in Krishna, but also every single part of his body, all of his senses, his hearing, his seeing, his tasting, touching, smelling, all of the limbs of his body, his hands, his legs, his head, all were used to serve Krishna constantly. He would be bowing down with his head. He would be rendering so many services with his hands, washing the temple of the Lord, going with his feet to the holy places and performing parikrama. With his eyes, he would see the beautiful Srimurti, beautiful deity forms of the Lord, nicely decorated. With his nostrils, he would smell the beautiful fragrance of the flower garlands offered to Krishna. With his tongue, he would taste the tulsi leaves offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. And with his ears, he would constantly be hearing the glories of the Lord narrated by pure devotees. And with his mouth, constantly he was glorifying and chanting the holy names, forms, pastimes, etc. of Krishna. So in this way, Ambarish Maharaj was constantly fully engaged 24 hours in the active service of Krishna. And his Ishtadev was Krishna himself. And but in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, he is a Jnani Bhakta with Aishwarya Prem, and he is serving his Ishtadev as Vaikuntapati, Lord Narayan. So Lord Narayan is an expansion of Krishna. But Krishna is the original Ishvara Parama, Supreme Personality of God, and from whom all expansions emanate. So he is the higher, most worshipable Lord, and therefore Ambarish Maharaj, who is, although he's a sadhaka, he has not yet attained the perfectional stage, but very high sadhaka, in the stage of bhav, he is serving. And because his ultimate worshipable Lord will ultimately be higher than the Ishtadev of Prahlad Maharaj, so he is considered in a higher category. So in this way,
Very
this way,
good. Very good. Oh, he explained so good. But something we should know more. That Ambarish Maharaj was serving Krishna, but as a deity, not personally. Understand? He used to do pranam to whom? Or deity. He used to travel in Brajmandal when Krishna was not there. It is very rare to see Krishna playing in Vrindavan. So, not like this. But he preferred that Hanuman is more superior than me, more and more. And then he began to tell to Nara that Narada Rishi, if you want to see any high class of recipients of Krishna, you should go to Hanuman. You can see him in Shake, Ayodhya. So, please go there. Now we should come down to the parameter of bhakti. Anna vilasita Gyan karmadhyanapratam anukullena Krishnam silanam bhakti. Everywhere it will be applied. In the case of Dhruva, in the place of Prahlad Maharaj, same in Ambarish Maharaj. Barometer is there, one. And we can judge supremacy of any devotee by this slope. In this slope, you should know Anukullena Krishna Anushilana. There should be no worldly desire, not covered with gyan and karma. And then Anukullena. What is the meaning of Anukullena? Nairantarjamai. Continuous, like a honey flowing. And that should be the guidance of any high class of Vaishnava. Without particular unfavorable, unfavorable what? Mood. And Shilana, seed, by samas, by whole endeavors of whole senses, mind, soul, body, and over this moves. That mood will what? Bhav, sneh, man, pranay, rag, anupat, all. Now we see that Hanuman, what doing? Whether his bhakti is covered with Gyan Karma armor. Never. Any desire, worldly, except Ram serving? Nothing. So it must be Uttama Bhakti. In Uttama Bhakti also, for a moment, he cannot forget Krishna, Ram. Never. Always. In whom guidance he is doing all the services of Ram. Who? Can you decide? Who is he? In whom that, his high class Vaishnava. On whom others? Guidance he will do. Especially Hanuman is the incarnation of Shankar. No? Shankar. And Shankar always worships whom? His Ishtadevata is who? Shankarshan. Understand this? So this Shankarshan is Lakshman. So always in the guidance of Lakshman he is serving. Okay? Nice?